For the first time ever, you could boost your credit score instantly for free with new Experian Boost, only at experian.co.uk.
Good morning. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. Just getting started with the preparation completion. So let's just go ahead and talk about what we're looking at. Quickly, I'm going to go through the watch list already posted in Discord. What we have is gappers. Mixture of gappers. Not very excited about any of those, to be honest. Not showing much of a strength apart from DBGI that's attacking the highs, pre-market highs. So right there basically is around 5 is a level as well, quite a good daily level. So we can keep an eye on that. Let's just get rid of this. Yep. So DBGI looks interesting. Announced launched on Amazon Prime and also launched an affiliate program. So Amazon Prime launch basically. Could be good for the company in the long run. That's why it's holding its own. So we'll find out what it does actually right at the open. This one faded off quite a big gap, and it's faded off given at least 50% of the gap. So just don't know, to be honest. It's like 50-50 for me, to be honest. DATS. DATS has been previous mover basically. It has been in play previously, as you can see. Quite a bit of volatile moves. Really decent sort of day trading opportunities in these kind of days. So we're talking about 760s to 9s. Not much of a gap, to be honest. On the ATS, I'm a bit short biased, to be honest. As it pops up, might get shorted very, very strongly, as you can see. So keep an eye on the ATS. Could provide some decent opportunities on that. Right. So the ATS is one of the main watches. Alright, what else? Bkkt, I'm still watching it. Probably a continuation today. It's just right at the close at the moment. It gapped up a little bit but came back. So this could be a reversal or a pullback. We'll find out if it starts to hold this close. This looks like it wants to go because it had a really good parabolic move, which didn't sustain the next day. Massive gap after that, and then which brought in more short sellers. Basically, closed red, quite a weak red, but still, if you look at the main overall picture, it's strong in my opinion. So second day continuation play on this. And then IRNT, it's done a really decent move yesterday, probably afternoons, I believe. Yeah, so I wasn't there, but a very, very strong move, as you can see. This is the kind of move you want to avoid shorting, especially the first day. So yeah, a really decent move. Might have a second day in play, but we'll have to find out. But it's gapping down though, that's the problem, and it has been one of those that actually has had a good run in the past, really, really good run. So this could provide some decent opportunities as well. Okay, so right, so that's pretty much it for the new ads on the watch list. The rest is basically whatever we were watching before. Basically, we've been watching all of these SPY AMDs, the new one as well. So I didn't go through that. So AMD daily looks interesting on AMD. I believe all-time highs, and then a rejection from 125s, showing sign of a weakness and slightly heavy. So I'm gonna look into see what the SPY does. I'm gonna match it with the SPY, see if it starts to show sign of weakness. Could be a possible shorting opportunity there. And AMC, and I'll go through AMC in a minute. We had a really great trade on it yesterday. CLF looks interesting for a possible short yesterday. Yep, that was the day that I was looking for actually. Missed it. AFRM could be decent, but it's a big range stock. MQ could provide something as well. So I'm gonna keep these as my watch list. B, I'm gonna take it off. That's just I think might be a little bit. It might take a while before it starts to take out the 29s. So let's go through yesterday's trades that I just left. XPEV. Actually, let me go through the AMC first. So AMC, as you can see, was a really, really decent trade. So I was looking for this day on AMC for a while, and I've been waiting for that for quite some times. I really avoided this chop, and which was a good thing. And you know, matching up with your really bigger picture and daily chart to your intraday setups it just gives you more probability of success really. So this trade is an example of that. Waiting, even if it takes few weeks, is a great example, I believe. Waiting for that right level to break or hold. So in this case, basically under 36 was the short. Quite a bit of ads here. I did start early a bit as well here, and then really decent partials, really. 3-4 partials. Last one was just over 35s. I was mentioning that yesterday. So this turned out to be a really, really good trade. So managed to hold it. Actually managed to hold it, and also on top of that, I managed to add here. It was here actually. Yesterday I showed the chart as well. So on the rejection of the VWAP, because I was expecting a little bit of a bigger pullback, so this was a really decent rejection. So I added here and then took some off here. Really big trade. Took some off here, I believe some off here, and then last 35.07s or 10s. So yeah, really decent one. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, really decent trade on AMC. Last exit was 35 cents all out. Really good ads as well on the pops. So that's what I want to talk about, like waiting for your bigger picture sort of levels, bigger picture idea, and matching it up with your intraday setup could really yield in much bigger multiple hours that you probably wouldn't get on an intraday setup if you just rely on intraday setup. So yeah, XPEV was not as good of a, yes, daily is there for sure, but it's still a really decent trade. Don't get me wrong. I started here. My average was 47.15s, partial, and then I believe last one was just 46.50s, 40s, somewhere there. So yeah, this turned out to be really decent because the stop was over here somewhere, just on the break of this area here. So this actually was very close to matching up when it comes to multiple R's, similar to AMC, because of its small risk. But yeah, I would rather choose a trade like AMC compared to the uh, the XPEV. This has much better A plus setup kind of look on it. Anyways, that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to show. That's how I managed it. I left it after, I believe, here somewhere. I left it, and that's how I managed it. If anybody was in it, then hopefully they took some decent chunk of profit from it. So that's the watch list, guys. Hope welcome morning, Andrew Lux. How's it going, man? I think everybody is sleeping at this point, and they might be busy as well. But what I have here, the gappers are not that. I'm not really too keen on it. As you can see, this is already showing sign of weakness. It's drifting off, so it might not pull back to the highs. DBGI is the only one that's showing strength because the catalyst is a bit stronger compared to the others. So that's why I will keep an eye on DBGI for a possible long. I want to wait for the open drive and see what it does. And then HCWB basically is yeah, I mentioned this really strong move up. That's a gap pre-market, and then just given up 50 to 60% of it. So but that 200 level is holding up. I don't think this will provide much of a opportunity. Mostly I'm concerned, really fixated on DATS and also DBGI for a possible long, and DATS for a possible short. So I'm short biased DATS, and DBGI is long biased. Now Dwac, the sympathy plays to Dwac. I removed all of them except for PHUN. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that as well. I might trade this on the side. I might not call it out because it's still, I believe it could still be dangerous. It's calmed down a bit. It could be really choppy as well at this point, to be honest. So yeah. But anyways, that's pretty much it. And best of luck, guys. That's the market open. Let's get to it. Hey OSS, how's it going, man? Right, so the ATS is already washing up nicely. Morning, Jessica. How's it going? I think everybody's late today. don't know what's going on. I'm keeping an eye on DATS for a possible short. The hell? We are actually bouncing off of this level here now. So if that breaks, then it could provide something. And then what's DBGI doing? Okay, so it's pulled back to the 5s and it's holding. So and that might be an early entry there actually, DBGI. Just waiting on it. Let's see. Give it 5 minutes or so. See what it does. If that 5 holds, then this could be a potential long. If this 5 right here, if that holds, then we could see some momentum coming in. So far it's not. AMD is also washing. There's quite a lot of things happening at the moment. Just keep an eye on AMD as well for a possible short opportunity, but SPY is not doing. SPY is actually showing strength, so just gonna wait on SPY's weakness for me to short AMD. See what happens. DATS looking for it. DATS right here. 9 is holding, so right here actually. I might start early. See what it does. 880s. Yeah, just a little bit of a chase, guys, on DATS. Why is my... That's very strange. Oh, that's 2 minutes, that's why. Okay. Unfortunately, I started a bit small here. I was gonna add if it did bounce up again, but it was a bit of a chase, to be honest. Let me see. 880s. 880s. Just don't like to take these kind of chase trades, but yeah, that's and then the stop is over 9s. And we have got, what else are we looking at? IRNT as well. IRNT. IFRX, IRNT looking good. IRNT 2 minutes. Let's go 1 minute. Really choppy though, but looking at IRNT as well for a possible short. So this thing, yesterday was a very strong day, and having a gap down from this strong day is not really good for the stock. So that's already like, okay, well, I am weak. So we'll see. DATS is about to break now. Watch DATS, that level is getting broken. There you go, that 200 EMA plus that low of day. Hopefully it stays broken. There we go, much better. Much better. Right. Right now is actually going towards that 200. If that 200 needs to hold, if not, then that could be a reversal point or a bigger pullback area, which means my stop is still in at risk. I just need make sure that it stays below that 200 860s, and then we have yesterday's what is it, yesterday's high, I believe. Yeah, on this one I'm not gonna to be honest, I wouldn't expect too much from it, so I will keep my stop tight as well, guys. If it starts to trade above it, I might get out break even, because this is supposed to take that level 200 out and stay below it. That's the whole that was the whole plan with it. So I'm not too crazy about the daily either on it, to be honest. I just I just realized daily is not very juicy. I don't usually take these trades. On the ATS, guys, I don't like the daily. I'm gonna get out here. 871s. I think I got 871 somewhere there. Let's call it break even. Really, just don't like the daily. What it did was it's gapped up and it's filled the gap and it's bouncing now. So you know, this could easily go down to 7.6s. Yes, that's fine, but you know, I don't really see that today. So I'm just gonna leave it alone, guys. So that was a bit of a I am trading IRNT on the side, guys, while I was trading the DATS. I did mention it. Just couldn't really call it. I believe I started here and there, and then with a stop over the 1380s, preferably over the VWAP. So that's looking all right. AMD and Tesla. What is the link? What's the link? Don't know really. What's the link? Really don't know. They might. Do they have some sort of agreement, or? As far as I know, I don't think there is any link. No. Oh, did I? Did I? I might have mentioned Spy. I didn't probably didn't mention Tesla, but might have been Spy. Or if I did, I meant Spy. So yeah, Spy is at the moment holding up the highs, so that could be a clue for an AMD trade. Right now, what you're seeing is just a little wedge pattern here. So just could be a bit early right here, but if it starts to reject from this area here, that could be the clue as well for AMD short. But AMD's price action I just don't like. It's just too wiki for my liking. Too wiki, not clean enough. I think Spy has a better look on it, to be honest. What are we looking at now? DBGI. Still looking at DBGI. Just waiting for it to curl back up if it does reclaim the fives. If it does reclaim the fives, guys, let me know. DBGI. Right now, it honestly looks like a short to me. You know, with a 5 stop, maybe even 480 stop, 485. You know, just a quick short, about 10 cents, 15 cents stop. But just remember, this has a better catalyst in my opinion, so there might be a lot of dip buyers as well on this. So there, I didn't need to wait for that. So it's reclaiming that 5. Let's see what it does here. Right, I might start early here on DBGI long, just before 5s, with a stop 460s under 450s, right? 4, and then I will add more to it as it starts to break the highs. I think around 495 or somewhere I got. Just remember, this is the starter, still early. I want this to be holding that 5 overhaul 5, and then the confirmation really will be at the break of 550s. So my stop is under 450s, somewhere there. You know, might as well keep it under the low of day basically. As it starts to go up, guys, I'll start adding to it on the right areas. Where is silver, by the way? Anybody know where silver is? A small loser on IRNT for me, guys. A small loser. So I started somewhere here, got stopped out here. So a loser there. So my average was, I believe here, just under 1350s, and I got stopped out here, which is fine. Yeah, I think he's still sleeping. Somebody wake him up. By the way, on DBGI, I've added, gotten some really decent average on it, close to fives on DBGI on this rejection here. So I tried to actually, wow, it's halted. Lovely, beautiful. Just see if I, beautiful, beautiful. So I managed to get in right here. What else? Somewhere there. And then on the pullback. So average basically is very close to fives. Wanted to add a little bit here, but it was too fast as well. Wow, CLF. Wow, did we miss that? CLF, shoot. Weren't we watching CLF? Oh, it wasn't clean at the first, but there was there. Straight was there. Not very clean. That 200 setup, 1M200 setup was there. This is a different variation of it. Goes over and under, and then finally rejects from it. Really good area here. Not there. I believe this was a better area for entry. This area here. On CLF, I was looking for a bigger day, red day, which hasn't come yet. So today might be the day, but we already missed it, guys. So there's no point. So if you look at that DATS, guys, you know daily has to play a major role in my trading style. Anyways, it plays a massive role, right? It's you know, I've just realized that daily wasn't really juicy on it, and daily didn't have that much of a potential. That's why I cut it off early. You know, in hindsight, you can say that's a really good exit, yes, but it's not just hindsight. It's just, you know, if you find yourself in a position where you actually didn't like the bigger picture, daily levels or daily the way daily looks, then I rely more on the daily decisions than intraday. So I'm quite happy with that. No matter what, I mean, I expected a little bit of a down move as well, a little bit, not too much. Even then, I would have been okay with this exit. So it's gonna chop around a bit. As you can see, it's just holding this. This trend line is holding. So AMD did, you know, look at this. It's just choppy, isn't it? IRNT takes me out and then carries on. Sometimes you'll get that, you know, you might be too early. You know, you might be too early, but you see this area here? High of day held, that was your clue, 14 holds. Wasn't watching it. If I was, I probably would have taken a short here, another try at it here. Even though it's over VWAP, doesn't matter. It's just a high of day rejection and then level rejection. Yeah. The only thing I am in at the moment is DBGI, looking really decent, to be honest. Now that I've added few things on it, I could keep my stop just under 480, right? Just under 480 will be my stop, guys. Let's see when it opens. 948. Okay. So 948. We have to wait for 53s. Okay. Yeah, it's that's what. Okay. All right, we've got our DBGI open. Let's go get some. Let's go get some. Get some, guys. Yes, sir. That's another hold. Let's go. Let's go. There's another hold for you. I think this will be it for me, guys. I might finish the day early. Thank you very much. I'll probably see you Monday. Anybody get this, by the way? Anybody? If Silver was here, he would have gotten it. I'm just pulling your legs, guys. Yeah, that's what I was watching. I was actually, I knew this was early, the starter, but then I was looking for that quick wash and then reclaim. And this was a really good example of that. You know, it was a really quick wash. You know, I couldn't have gotten here. I didn't want to, obviously. I really wanted to quick wash and then reclaim. And then I wanted to add a little bit further up, but it was so quick. By the time I tried to do it, it was already here. So, but I'm still in full position on the average of 5. I'm really happy with the price. I could have actually averaged out 520s, 515s actually, if I had been a bit in a chase mode. So yeah, that will be it. The only thing I am down on it today is IRNT. I know I didn't really call it out earlier, but I did trade it on the side. It just took me out here, and then now it's doing its thing. Okay, guys. So yeah, kind of difficult. Yeah, CFTs wouldn't allow you to trade DBGI, but this one, guys, now the plan with it is I'm gonna be putting some limit orders just over 610 somewhere there. As it opens, I need that limit order to get taken out for a partial. Now if it does open a bit higher, that also means that I'm gonna get hit a higher, even if I do have my limit at let's say 615, 620s. As it opens here or 650s, I'm gonna get taken out on that. So that's a plus point of leaving limit orders. I'm going to leave quite a few actually, around 620s and then maybe over 650s. See what it does. Yes, sir. Yeah, I thought you had trade zero, Jessica. That's why I mentioned you gotta have both, right? You gotta have a broker that gives you opportunity to be able to trade smaller caps, something like this, and also a CFT account or something bigger, basically. TOS. Yeah, I think that might be a good idea. Are you able to open an account from where you are? If you are, then you're in luck, for sure. But you're gonna be surprised at how bad TOS is when it comes to shorting the stocks. Just remember that. For longs, you don't have any problems, but for shorting the stocks, you are still gonna struggle because their borrow list is atrocious. It's really bad. I think trade interactive brokers have much better list than TOS. Even then, I don't trust TOS. I don't trade shorts. I don't short at all with IB or TOS. I don't trade TOS, but IB I do, but for mostly swing trades. Yeah, hard to borrow program is a must, but still you don't have the list of stocks that you can short. Like for example, can you short DBGI? Can you short PHUN, Dwacs, all these? Hard to borrow, hard to borrow. For you to short stocks, you have to borrow, right? That's how it works. Oh, okay. Crazy. Right, I don't like that. I took some off here, guys. 572s. I know it's just a little bit. Took some off 572s. The problem with this open was I think it's a hold down, guys. That's not good. Right. So took some off. I will tell you what happened. 570 somewhere there. So I had my limit orders. That's the problem. If it's too quick, you see, it's actually traded, possibly traded there, but it was so quick that the orders didn't get filled. 650s over and 620s over was my limit, so I should have gotten filled at least one of them, right? It didn't. It was so quick. I don't think the trade might not have gone through. Let me check. I can't really, it's just gone way past it. But anyways, that's just partial is okay for me, no problems. If it does come back and takes me out under 5, that's fine, perfectly fine. This hold is not good because it's heavily being shorted. This hold will bring a lot of pressure to the downside. Hopefully the dip buyers will be there for it to hold that 5. I'll see what it does, but I'm not risking too much now from 5s to 480s. Not much at all. It's a shame that I couldn't get anything here. Honestly, if I could get anything like 610s, 615s, you know, that would have been really good. Eliosius, I use quite a few brokers. I've got a CFD broker, which is Colmex. I've got Interactive Brokers account, and I have a few others. Trade Zero account for small caps, and Cobra as well for a bigger account. And the screener, this one is enough for me. The screener that the Thinkorswim provides. Well, what you're looking at, Aloysius, is a Thinkorswim from TD Ameritrade, and the scanners from this is far enough for me. I don't need to go like Trade Ideas. I do use them, Trade Idea. I used to use them a lot. But since I've been using Thinkorswim, it does the job. I don't really look for something complicated. Just simple enough for me to find stocks that I'm looking for. So you know, quite a lot of I've got quite a lot of accounts on the side, to be honest, with multiple brokers. If that's your question. Yeah, monthly payment trade ideas, unless you go for the delayed feed, which is not worth it. Right, guys, IRNT. This one I'm gonna leave it aside. My hard stop is here under 5, guys, just for 80s. If it takes me out, takes me out. Still, I will be green on it. But hopefully, if it does open up, it's not gonna open up here. No, I doubt it. It's probably gonna open up close to 5, so hopefully that's gonna hold. We'll see. And let's have a look at our IRNT. So IRNT just above it though, that's the problem. If it starts to trade under 13s, I might take a shot at the IRNT with a stop 1320s, guys. I'm waiting for, so under 13, under 13 IRNT for a possible short. Now, if this starts to take out, obviously that short doesn't exist anymore. Okay, that short is void. It's not valid. If this starts to break above this, yeah, that's invalid now for me. Now, if this closes, it's still on. If it closed above like that, the way it was earlier, that's when it's invalid. But if it does come back in again, I'll still consider it. Few bars here and there, it could be on and off of that. But if it starts to trend up now, it's okay. This one is alright. I will still consider that short. Again, if it starts to trend over this area here, then I will reconsider that short. Yes, Trade Ideas is a great scanner. Don't get me wrong. It's one of the best, if not the best, I think. And if you can afford it, then you can definitely benefit from it massively. Like, I used to use it religiously, right? Like, every single thing was based off of Trade Ideas scanner, right? So you have to adapt your system or strategies according to what you can do from Trade Ideas. And there, trust me, there's so much you can do. But it's like giving my dad an iPhone 13. If he's not able to use, in fact, iPhone 13 might be alright, but if I give him a Samsung or Android phone, you know, he probably wouldn't be able to benefit from it that much as I would. You get the idea, right? So Trade Idea is very, very, very good if you can benefit from it, if you know how to use it. And if your theses and strategies and your trading style is actually complemented by Trade Ideas, then it's great tool. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. People who scalpers or momentum chasers, they will love it, because you can create scanners where it will start to show high of the momentum scanners with relative volume, and there's a lot of things you can do to filter out what you don't need, you know, price based or whatever. There's a lot of things you can match, and it will show you only things that you want to see. And once you see them, then you just have a look at the chart and you start trading them intraday, scalp it out or whatever you need to do. But my style right now is more of a, I don't like scalping for a few cents here and there, 10 cents, 20 cents, nothing for me. If you know my streams, if you know my trades, I try to capture way bigger moves, which means the daily has to be behind it. right? I'm looking for certain daily structure. This is looking alright, guys. I might even start a bit early here. I'm starting early here, guys, 1305s, and then I'll add at the break of 13s, stop 1330s. Just a starter. The main trade is actually low at the break of 13. The main trade. Somewhere there. And then stop us here, guys. There it goes. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, yeah. There we go. Right. Perfect. There we go. Lovely. Alright. So our stop is right here. And I've managed to add under 13 as well. I think I got a bit of a slippage to 97, but that's fine. DBGI is open. I'm just gonna still stick to my it's weak, guys. Weak. I'm out. I'm out. DBGI, I'm out, guys. It's just it could be that 5 holds. If it starts to hold, I might re-enter, but I can't really. I can't risk it because it looks very weak. At that point, it looked quite weak actually. So you see, as it opened, it tried to bounce back and it just completely failed off. So, you know, still, where am I? Just over my break even point. I got out somewhere there, just before 5. But I think right now, as I planned, 5 is holding. So that could have been a premature exit, in my opinion. 5 held. The way it was going at that point, I thought it was going to halt again, and I don't want to stay in that halt down, especially if it's the second one. That could be really bad. So if the 5 starts to hold again, we might have another go at it, but I think it's going to get choppier at this point now. It hasn't gone that far yet. It hasn't at all. This is holding up nicely, but this one is just too much strength to the downside, too much pressure to the downside. I'll be very careful looking for longs. Just you gotta, if you're looking for longs, you can't just take it front side. You gotta wait for it to create that reversal pattern or whatever. You just need to let it stabilize. At the moment, it looks like a short to me. DBGI. Right now, yep, it's a short. So I will not take a long on it at all. Hey IQ, what's up, man? Welcome. It's been a while. How you doing? So I'm just gonna watch my IRNT trade, guys. Really nice. Where was my entry? The ad. Let me just give you an ad here. I think 1297 is what I got. Yeah, so my average on this is about 13. Yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? It'd be nice to have that. Would make life so much easier. There you go. That's what I meant by DBGI being a short, right? Under 5s, that's your short. It might hold going down. If it starts to push down a little bit, what's the hold level? 524. No, that's wrong though. 495s. No, that's wrong, right? It's just one of those things that, over and over. It's like no, we can't. I didn't short it, Jessica. I didn't short it. This is going to be choppy now. That's why it's going to take its time before it really does proper move. That's why it didn't take long. Uh, for me, I was a bit long biased on it. That's why I took it here, and got a decent partial, but not enough, to be honest. If I had gotten 620s, that would have been really good. IRNT is holding up nicely. That 13 is getting attacked right now, and I don't want this to be reclaiming that over 20 EMA. If it does, might be an early exit as well. Because what this didn't do is this break should have actually carried on, at least trading around here under 13s, not close to it. But the way it looks like it, that 13 is 1304s or 5s holding really nicely. Come on, break. 1290s, 1280s. Right, don't bounce. Come on, break and stay broken. Yep, that's more like it. That's more like it. Good girl. Yeah. Come on, baby. By the way, anybody looked into Bkkt today? Remember, that's why you want to be a bit early, guys. You want to either do your own pre-market preparation, or join the stream early, because I did discuss this quite clearly. Bkkt. Remember, I was mentioning yesterday's close. If that gets taken out, now I didn't mention that open drive. Just wait for it to calm down. Now right here, as you can see, that's your 25, 40s, 50s. Takes it out, comes back in and out, but then starts to really sort of trend up. You see the volume coming in, right? So over 30 break could have been something there. If you have been watching it. And then this is that curling price action that gives a reversal, especially over that yesterday's close. IRNTs doesn't really want to go far. Come on, baby. The problem with IRNT as well is it's got SSR on, so DBGI looks really good for a short. I'm not trading it. Somehow this area is holding up. The bids are holding it. I'm gonna wait on it. I'm gonna wait on DBGI for possible trade later on. Right now there's a bit of a fight going on, which means at the moment it looks heavy to me. It looks heavy. So the one we need to watch now is IRNT. Come on, IRT, just take the lows out, man. Stop teasing us. Just take the lows out and Facebook is kinda in the middle of nowhere, isn't it? Daily isn't supporting. Well, daily could be supporting for a bounce, but the bounce could come today, tomorrow, next week. So the bounce is due on Facebook, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be today. The intraday now, looking at the daily, that's like already negative for me. But if the intraday setup is really clean and juicy, then I will probably ignore the daily. And if it does bounce, let's say what sort of potential targets we have, quite a bit of room. So right here, 310s, 311s are holding nicely, and then the volume coming in. So looks good. The intraday looks interesting, much better than the daily. That's what I can say. Right? I believe Facebook earnings were very neutral, if not negative. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. Uh, intraday looks kind of interesting, but a bit too late now. And what do we have? My decisions are all based off of daily. That's why I don't use a huge amount of scanners. I don't need to. All I need is just keep an eye on my watch list, and they do mostly provide some decent moves. Right. So yeah, not trading FB, but this bounces looks strong if that 200 gets taken out, and yesterday's close as well at the moment. But if you are already in somewhere here, somewhere there, then just trail your stop. Yeah, earning season is still daily is important because these levels on daily will play a part where it's gonna reject or it's gonna stop moving or pullbacks and things like that. So you can't ignore that. Like for example, I'll give you an example on this one. Yesterday's close is a level, right? Yesterday's close. That's your yesterday's close, and it's struggling there. I know the 200 is there, but this aligning with yesterday's close is making it reject there. See what I mean? So you can't ignore dailies, guys. You want to get used to reading dailies as much as you can. It's an extremely important part of trading. If you want to get multiple R's, now if you want to scalp, it's still daily. I was still daily. Everything goes and how do I say, like, reaches to daily, every other trading style. And if it doesn't, then you're missing something. That's strong, guys. If FB is strong, it's showing sign of strength now. If this closes like that, even though if it does pull back now to 312s, 312 20s, that might hold. That might be a better entry than chasing it. Try to not chase it, guys, because your stop is going to be huge. IRNT is just playing with us right now. Over the break of 13, I'll be out of IRNT, guys. Over the break of 13 I'll be out. Very similar to the other trade that we took DATS. It might be break even, something like that. Yeah, I'm out, guys. I'm out on what's the name? IRNT 1306, somewhere here. So I'm out because this looks like is settling down, getting ready for a bigger bounce or reversal. It could still be early. I think it could probably get shorted on the pops, but just leaving it on the side now. The way it didn't break this low, that was my whole that was the whole idea behind it. It needed to break that. This, don't get me wrong, this was you know, a lot of people will take this trade, and this would have been good, a green trade for them. But it was kind of like break even, maybe even slight red actually. For me, is because I don't, you know me, I don't look for small profits. You know, this did give us really decent, like 13s to 1260s, right, for a partial. But if you look at my original stop, remember my original stop was there, so that's my 1R, right? If that's my 1R, then this is also almost 1R. I don't take partials on 1R, I take partials on 2Rs, close to it or more. That's why my winners are much stronger, much bigger than my losers, right? So you know, if this, now I give it a chance to break that 1260. If it had broken that, then that would have been pretty decent trade, because it would have given more up. Just like yesterday, what were we trading yesterday? I'll give you an example. XPEV, I believe. XPEV, yesterday we traded this. XPEV is starting to look like it wants to curl back up for a reversal. Right here. If you look at this first partial relative to my first, let me actually do this, because I'm not in a trade anyways. So if you look at this, well, it's not, it's something like that, right? Versus this, almost 2 to 1, right? Could have been less than that, but I couldn't ignore that 200, as you can see. And then my second partial was here, like 3 to 1, probably more than 3 to 1. And then the last partial is here, right? So you see the whole idea. So average, what we're looking at is on average on this trade somewhere there. At least 2 to 1. I think this was more than 2 to 1. I might be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure it was more than 2 to 1. But I'm just giving you an example of what I look for. And then AMC trade is much better than that, because AMC is quite different. It's had multiple R's because of the ads, and partialed out at the bottoms, adding at the higher, partial out at the bottoms, adding higher. So this was, I can't even show you physically, not like, visually. I could tell you, like, look, this is the risk. This is the risk, but it's not true though. That's not the risk. Yes, originally that was, but with this ad and this partial, the average becomes around here, and then the stop was over 36 at that point. So like as the trade progresses, my average, I'm putting in more shares, plus my stop is getting smaller and smaller. I hope that makes sense. So the more at the bottom, the partials, these partials are much bigger relative to this one, for example, right? So and especially with this one, the stop would have been here. Average with that would have been somewhere there. You see that? You see the risk? Just a slight risk here. And let's say again, I've taken everything off here and then put back everything, most of it here. Even then, my average is still around here, right? Maybe even higher. So my risk is just over this, which means barely small, very small amount of risk, and then this in itself could be a new trade. You see what I mean? Hope that makes sense. So yeah, you gotta look for those massive trades, and give it a chance to work out. And for me to achieve that, I must have a daily that actually is gonna give me that. At the moment, guys, if you notice, what's happening on AMC is right now, actually, I have to zoom into this because remember this level, I kept it for like few weeks now. That was that trend line, held. This was the break. Yesterday's play was because of that as well. And you see what it's doing right now? It's gone up to that level, right? It's gone up to that level and it's rejecting off of this. So we could probably see this being on AMC the high of day today, 36s. Remember yesterday's 36 trade, right? So that's actually rejecting now. Apple, dude, Apple. I am long. Actually, I'm swinging Apple, and you probably won't believe me, but I've mentioned it pretty much every single day. My average is about 142s. I took it around 140. I started 140 here. 143s, 142s, 141s. I added as it's on this pullback. I added since 140. Yes, that was the first, and I am pretty much full position on it on a swing. Full position, maybe even more, and I'm looking for it to actually take the highs out. Right. When it reaches 155s, that area, I will definitely take some out. But I've been so far really patient with it. I'm not that patient. Yeah, around $10 on it. And also I have, when it comes to swings, I have Sophie as well. Sophie was from average was 17. I started at 16. 17s. 17s was the average because I did add on the confirmation here. So still holding it. I took quite a few out as well around 1920s I believe one day, and then 20 somethings. Not too sure. On this one I took quite a few partials. So I might have less than 50% remaining on it with a under 18s break. Under 18s break stop. If it does, it takes me out. Takes me out. And then lucid as well. I'm long on it. Swing. I'll show you lucid. So lucid, I'm not too sure. It could have been here or in this. No, it's not here. It was here, I think. 2450s around this area. The reason why I can't give you the price is this was options swing. So I've taken like 4 months expiry options, call options on it, and then average is about 2450. Very decent trade, I think. And this has quite a potential, and I'm holding it. And I haven't taken anything out. So my swings are really doing doing well. Actually, I don't really have to day trade. I'll tell you that much. I really don't. But I love it. That's why I'm here every day. I just love it. And if I'm, going home with some decent greens on day trading, when I'm having trouble with my swing trades, that covers it. And when I'm having trouble with my day trades, my swing trade tends to keep me on track, basically. That's what I would say. Yeah. Those are the updates on swings. Maybe I will start to I do mention it, guys. When I traded, remember when I traded Apple back in 140, if you were here, I mentioned that day quite a few times that Apple is a long term. Right here when I took it 140 something, I mentioned, like, look guys, this one is gonna be long term position hold swing trade. This is gonna it was definitely a day trade. Entry was a day trade. Um, but the whole idea was a swing trade on it. Once it started to actually show strength, and then that reversal sign, then that's when I started adding to it, and then just kept it. Same goes with Sophie as well. I mention, if I was gonna swing anything, I do mention, guys. If you're in the stream, with Sophie as well, I did when I took 16s. I think I left some for a swing, and then next day I added back over 17 somewhere there. So I think I ended up becoming 17s average hold, and I took some out on these days, I think, and then re-added back. So it was still basically a swing idea. Not really, Jessica. No, not really. You gotta have that feel for the swings, though. It's not like, and also you gotta be a bit. Swing is, you gotta put some fundamentals behind it as well. I'm not a really great fundamental guy. I am terrible at it, I must say. But when certain things make sense to me, I just go with it. And it has to be aligning with also the bigger picture daily and weekly charts. And if it does, then yeah, great, perfect. Everything ticks, then yeah, why not? Put some risk in for a swing. But you have to know how to do it. It's just, a lot of day traders are not really good swing traders because they don't have that patience. I tend to have quite a bit of patience. That's why it works for me. Like if anybody who was trading Apple, like if you trade from 140, wouldn't you take anything at the $10 profit right now? Wouldn't you? Who wouldn't, right? But that's my when I went in with that approach, the whole idea was a much bigger and longer term hold on it. So I might be saying some chop on Apple. I don't really care. For example, a few days ago, I think I did see some chop right here. I held through it. And I do expect from this move, some momentum coming in, and then some chop, right? I'm okay with that. You have to be able to withstand that. Now, if you can do both, it's great. But as long as these two are not diverting you away from each other, right? A lot of people think, well, let me just swing trade as well as day trade. It messes up with your system. It really messes up with your system. So you might have noticed as well that Apple, since I have actually swung it, I really am not actually day trading it very aggressively. Not that I cannot do it. I have actually shorted Apple within these days, right? But I was not very, how do I say, not let it affect me, the swings, because I'm already biased in the long run, pretty positive on it, right? So, but a lot of people don't take it like that. Let's say, for example, your swing here, anywhere here at the bottom, let's say. If there was a short opportunity, first of all, you wouldn't take it on Apple. And then you will start to see things only on the long trades. And then that's just not logical thinking. You're not thinking logically. You're pretty much having a very strong bias because you are long on it. It shouldn't be that way. If you can, segregate that kind of thinking, then you can do both, yes. But the way to fix that is, if you're swinging Apple, don't trade Apple at all. Take it off your chart. Just look at it once a day. Once a day. And put some levels on. For example, my level around just at the break of 154s, around that area is my partial area. Looking forward to that. Right? Put levels. But I can look at it and be okay with it, because I'm used to having that control, at least at some extent. Hopefully, I just try not to let it affect me. There was your DBGI I mentioned earlier. This looked quite heavy. Look at that exit, guys. You can't just hold and hope and pray. This was a good catalyst. This was Amazon Prime, some sort of a deal with Amazon Prime launch or something like that. It was a good thing for the company, right? But look at what it's doing right now. So you gotta trade what's happening right there and then. That's the good thing about day trading. That's why I love it, because you can just, the fundamentals might be saying something completely different, but if you pay attention to the intraday price action, you're not gonna get caught in these bad moves. Yeah, you shouldn't. If you can't handle or just have that control, or not being or extremely biased on it, then you shouldn't. That's the solution. Easy solution, actually. Very, very easy solution. Oh, and I've got a small, very, very small position, like 25% from my day trading, maybe even less than that, on BE as well. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Silver took it, but I think he exited. BE was quite a few days ago, last week. I don't know whether you remember this gap and go setup this day. I think my average was 26.12 at that point, 26.12, and took most of it out that day, and then next day some out. But then I kept it. That the remaining one is just a runner. So that's also. But the thing is, compared to Sophie and Apple and Lucid, this is very small runner. But still, nevertheless, it's a great swing. That's why since then, BE, I have left it aside. I don't trade it. I haven't traded. By the way, Dwac is just breaking the highs. So second day continuation came into Dwac. Nice break. I still think this could be quite choppy. Is that your boyfriend, Jessica? Let him join. Don't hold him like. No problem. No problem. Ask your. I don't know whether you can't change the name, right? Yeah, I feel like yesterday I was making you a bit upset by shorting over and over and over again AMC. Um, but hope he was not upset about that. See, I left it alone today, didn't I? But here's the thing. Let me show you something on AMC, and I did mention it, guys. Um, it's just so one of those educational nuggets. Hopefully, that's gonna benefit you guys. I don't know whether you paid attention to what I was saying earlier. That 36 level was crucial to me. Yesterday's trade as well as today's. So what's happening today? And I was expecting kinda a little bit of a bounce because it already had gapped up, and it was showing some sort of a strength. But have a look what happens at exactly 36, right at the 36, right? I mean, almost to the tick. And this is my trend line. Obviously, it's not perfect. You gotta remember that's a zone. So if we create a zone, then that would go like this, here at this level. Touches it, and then starts to reject. Now, that rejection is still early. So basically, the bigger picture idea behind it is, yes, it's gapped up, but does it have enough strength to actually take out that uh, trend line and that 36 level, crucial level, and stay above it? It might not. That was my thought process coming into this. And rejection came in. Second time it tried to go up to it, barely makes it. That's your clue. And then the third time, this is definitely your confirmation. Well, yeah, it's actually not doing it. Not today. It might. I mean, when I say not today, not now, right? So that's when it started to actually do its move. That's so you want to align those bigger picture ideas with your intraday setups. So if you have a setup that you can trade off of, rejection or whatever, even like 20 EMA, just wait for these things to happen. Wait for those levels to get respected, and then confirmations. After that, you can start pulling the trigger, right? Um, yeah, sometimes it could be cheaper, but it depends. It depends. If it's if the IV is too high, then it could be expensive. I personally like to hold shares if I'm a long biased, like Apple, right? Lucid, I have on options because at that time Lucid was a better deal for me to go for options, and it's also Lucid. I'm not looking for a much longer position. It's a proper swing trade, Lucid. So it really depends. It If you don't have the capacity to be able to trade stocks and put a lot of your investment in it, then options could be another route to go, even futures. Facebook looked strong and still holding nicely though, so that Facebook trade was a decent call there, Andrew. Sorry, I didn't take it because it was not one of my setups, especially looking at the daily. Um, yes, it was due. It was due for a potential bounce, but really didn't think it was going to be today. And also, I really didn't have a clear reversal pattern. That was the most important thing for me. Um, if this was a better pattern, then I could have really actually jumped in on it. But no, I didn't see much. So it wasn't the A plus setup that I would look for. It's growing. That account is growing, Andrew. Right? I'm pretty sure everybody else has that account as well. I think yours is probably at the top. I'm pretty sure yours is all at the top because I remember, it's been a long time since we've had really decent trades, right? And a lot of it is either it wicks you out, or you just don't get in, or you don't want to chase it, or you miss it completely, and it just runs. And those are the trades that gives us like 5 hours and 7 hours and 10 hours. But yeah, it will. That account will start to pay hopefully soon. Just yeah, you gotta just grind through it, isn't it? This might be, I don't know, just off topic question. I just wanted to ask you guys who are regular. Um, what I've been thinking about as well is, um, I have a lot to teach, and it's kind of a bit difficult on the stream to really go over certain things that I really want people to really, really grasp on. And it's not very effective. Yes, I don't know how to say this, but if I start to talk about certain things, it doesn't register. It might register, but they don't remember it that much. Like, for example, my viewers, you guys, for example, you wouldn't learn from it as much, in my opinion. You're not. What I'm thinking is, I don't know how to do this, but I want to create a structured, hopefully a structured program. If I don't know, I just need some opinion from you guys if that's something that might be useful. But for that, I will need a lot of work, a lot of time, hours and hours of videos on every single thing that I usually cover, and maybe even more in detail that I can't cover on the stream. So what do you guys think if I mean if I start working on it? I'm not sure whether it's going to be like soon. It could be within a year or 6 months or even 2 months. It depends on how much of a content I'm pushing out. But I'm gonna make sure those contents are um, like kept on a kind of like an educational based website, not the YouTube, because the thing with YouTube is um, it's not appreciated enough, in my opinion, when things are free. And also there's a lot of work behind it. Obviously, hours and hours and hours of work and then time spent on those contents. Uh, Obviously, that's gonna have to just gonna have to give me something in return. You know, it's it's a business thing for me, anyways. But what I mean to say is, like, if 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 you think that that idea could be something that I should carry it forward now or maybe in the future, I'll look into it. But if you guys are okay with the stream as well, like, there's so much that I can talk about, right? It's always there. It's never changing, anyways. The fact that stream, the original plan with the stream is never gonna change, and that is, it's not actually to. The priority was to help me myself become a better trader, and then in the process help others, right? That was the whole point, and it still is. So if I'm taking a trade, I have to talk out my thought process. I have to. If I can't explain it to myself, then I'm missing something. Like earlier, I've just noticed this is a perfect example. Bear with me, guys. Let me just show you why I say that. P-A-L-T. Sorry, what was that? P-A-L-T. Just gonna finish this thought process that I have. What did I trade, guys, earlier? Oh, I'm having a brain fart right now. D-A-T-S. D-A-T-S, okay. So let's say I wasn't thinking out loud or talking my process of what I did here. I probably would have completely ignored the fact that the daily I wasn't happy about the daily, right? Um, since I was actually talking right at the process of talking about my trades, I actually exited quite early. By doing that, I became a better trader. Now, forget about what happened in hindsight, right? I don't care whether this did that or that, but the fact that I've noticed something that I wouldn't usually notice if I hadn't talked about the thought process is what counts. This is why I am doing this live stream, and it's never gonna stop. It's I've got to be honest, it is a bit of a selfish thing because I've got to help myself, right? And this stream is doing extremely good job of doing that. Honestly, since I started it, I feel like I'm always progressing. I'm always getting better and better, adjusting myself slightly. That is why it's gonna stay. So I'm just trying to read your comments, guys, because Jessica, you're involved. Andrew, Silver, Away says, anybody who's like really regularly involved in the chat. That's why I need to ask them because you guys are the regulars. So yeah, exactly. I think what you will find is if you do go through the structure, the content, hopefully when I do create it, if I do, then what's gonna happen now is that you you probably will start to see things even like at the time that I see things. You see what I mean? Like you, hopefully the point is to get you to a level where you will start to really contribute to the stream, like looking at certain stocks that I might have completely missed, and he said, okay, well, YB, that's that setup. Remember, that's number one, number two, number three, and you will, you know, all of these trades that I take, there is a setup behind it. It's not just 90% of these trades will be a setup trade. Where I can actually put a rule behind it, just like I put one M200 setup. Remember? By the way, that's that one M200, but it's different variation. But anyways, every single trade um, there is a rule-based setup on it. So that's you've got to obviously learn those before you can say, well, this is that, right? So hopefully we'll see if it's something that is gonna be worth my time. I think it takes a long time as well to create that. That's the problem. I've been looking at it, and it takes a lot of planning, because how am I gonna how like it has to be structured enough to work for everyone, right? Like from beginner to even advanced traders, they should all benefit from it. Um, so that's how I want to create it, not just for beginners, but for people who've been trading for a few years, but for with some up and down results. So, but we'll see. We'll see, anyways. It depends really. If there is demand, it's got if people are asking for it. So some of the viewers, some of the subscribers have been asking about it. That's why I'm mentioning whether it's something to do or not. Yeah, I mean, it's hopefully it's not gonna be too much. Uh, I'll see, anyways. I haven't. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. Okay, Jessica, thanks. Yeah, I'll appreciate that. Awesome stuff. Yeah, you just gotta be a bit patient, Jessica. Just hold on there. I think I would rather create something decent than to just rush things. Uh, I want to make sure that it's done in a way that you're not just like looking at the setups. It's mostly educational, based on the order entry systems and why you should be using stop orders, certain setups, why you shouldn't be using limit orders, why you should be using limit orders on certain setups, strategies, and vice versa. So everything must be, I think, covered. It's kind of like a all-in package kind of thing. We'll see. We'll see. Anyways, that's a thought process in my mind for a while. Yeah, that's one of the main reasons I want to do that, Jessica. So it's one of the main reasons because it's difficult in the stream. I will answer. I have, guys, right? I have hopefully helped a lot of people out there. I think I have, but um, in the stream is like not structured. It's not an educational structured program, is it? It's just a stream, my thought process on what I'm thinking and what you guys might think. But that's a completely different thing when you start to learn things, like in a as a rule based learning, where if this and then that kind of scenario, then you can ask the right question. You see what I mean? Like, asking the right question is more important than just asking a lot of questions, right? So hopefully that's gonna get you to a point where you will start to ask the proper right question that's gonna really um, jumpstart the learning curve. Anyways, with that being said, I will leave you guys if there's no more questions. By the way, Facebook is going for it again, and Andrew, you're gonna probably watch it, um, FOMO, and then I am gonna FOMO about what is that? IRNT. I did try quite a few times on it. It didn't work out. I might be down 1 hour on it on IRNT because of this loser, and this was a small loser as well. I believe I might be around the 1 hour. And then what did I have? DATS was yes, slight green on the short, but not enough. I'll call this break even. And then I had what's the name? DBGI long. Right here, some ads. My average was 5, and then my partial around 580s, around that area, 580s. So that's kind of like a 1 hour move for me. The whole thing, basically. Yeah. So 1 hour on that. I pretty much break even. Yeah, pretty much break even today. The things that I missed. What did I miss? The one that I missed really, according to what I had planned, was AMC, and at this point, I think I was looking at this point, and I was on the back of my mind like 36 is the level if it starts to do that. Now I wasn't really paying attention to what it did here, so that's the one I missed. Um, but after that, it became a bit of a chase, anyways, so I left it alone. And IFRX, by the way, IFRX is just creating that little reversal, and now it's taking the highs out. There you go. It might actually, if it does start to squeeze, might halt as well. That's pretty much it. Yeah, that's a good thing, Andrew. Trust me, it's a good thing. When you get to a point where you're really consistent, and that's when the psychological part will start to play a big, big, massive role. There it goes, halt, almost. There it goes. You see? Do. I think Andrew had way more of those incidents. Not really incidents, but like uh, failed to enter. Andrew is almost there, almost always there, but it's just I think sometimes he gets wicked out most of the time, and we tend to stay in that trade. Yeah. Um, right. So let me just take a snapshot of this. And then save it up. Okay, that's done. Yeah, FOMO is one of the bigger challenges, isn't it? Any more swing trading channels? I don't, to be honest. I swing trade on the side, but I don't tend to get that involved with the stream. In the future, I might. In the future, I might. Anyways, guys, we'll love you and leave you tomorrow, 9:15 EST. See you then. Alright, guys, take it easy. Stay safe.